Ashpan. How me a regular cash shit be dashpan. Well, from a youth, them and I spend all the cash pan. Just walk out, pan a girl cause the bram. The hot girl no be in a wash pan. How me a regular cash shit be dashpan. Well, from a youth, them and I spend all the cash pan. Just walk out, pan a girl cause the bram. Tell them to watch it. Girl, I make you do the Jerry Springer. Step on a girl cause you won't choose your inner. They can't call you down like when them the Regina. A girl come a chat and expect your fish shiver. They can't carry no man, got them yard, got them afraid. Post up a leak and kitchen and no shade. Some girl a come a go on like say them a high grade. Me frightened if see where some a beard. But them say hot girl no beard in a wash pan. How me a girl a cash shit be dash pan. Well from a good them and a spend all the cash pan. Just march out pan a girl and must a bram. A hot girl no beard in a wash pan. I could know you a girl a cash shit be dash pan. Well from a good them and a spend all the cash pan. Just walk out pan a girl and must a bram. You see how they tell me say them could not do it. Clothes are run out now, me see them a repeat. Some girl better know them a touch man the street. I talk about them, but them now push to eat. I tell her look a man know what day she a finit. First thing we look on them mouth and them teeth. A who that be here come a hype up elite. Me advise them no fit beat.
Oh, belly out, like yow, belly out, like yow, well, but never switch.
Yo, Dark Vader, it's starting already.
Well, but never bow, but them never gonna so. Now, we never switch, we rather be walk pitch and walk pitch. Well, but never bow, but them never gonna so. Now, when you for them a bum, I stood up them tongue. I told they got them like a double min bubble gum. Some up and man act like man pal opium.
No, me no ras, me a chant fireball.
Hear me son down, it's a like judgment come down. Me Big Mac 11, I pick them like people when he hum. Tell me where the fuck them I got ton. Not 6 foot 6 down that ground.
Well, some of your secret. Yeah, sometimes some girl them never leak it. Just give it a ball. Ready for what's on the girl now. Mix up this and mix up time. Girl, wave your hand, your hammer, so I like a lime. Mix up this and mix up time. Mix up this and mix up time. Blow up the fluff car, you have the gold mine. Mix up this and mix up time. A new year, no one you pay your tongue. But don't I get dash it with Philly dung. You know, she say every man will go there run. I chat with them, you want to down. Oh, me said last time they don't know what. But she had take a bit longer than a tower. Wouldn't her mouth would know she was pick up. Yeah, something power. Mix up this and mix up time. You'll wave your hand, your hammer, so I like a line. Mix up this and mix up time. I get a man in the man deep up a line. You style it. You read them and rhyme. What did you put on the line? So nice. X, that no make it. No, that no make it. Yeah, Madame Joe have a style for bust name, that no make it. Again, that no make it. That no make it. Hey, Madame Joe have a style name, that no make it. Little black one is the hottest there. It has sing and not shop, say. Well, if it loose and it slaps, say. No, it's not enough flex right there. We are so in the night there. I want to capitalize. No. If I want to hide the man, the girls them youth. Girls the pressure him every day cause him cute. But every time you see him there in the sex suit. No. 5 man gone and not 14 a can. 5 man say no. 5 man a pride. 5 man taking a 1 rooster. No.
That sounds like a dancehall party. That sounds like a dancehall party with 1 man who got the battles. Like my friend over here to my left hand side, Mr. Pressure himself, and 5 other man the wrongy. Yep. That's what that sound like. Sorry, Jahfari. Sorry.
Oh no, yes, I'm sorry. Lady, this one is for you. How many people? Allah, I mean, no, you have to make you walk. Allah, watch how you but she have a holla, holla, come on, and you make your money, holla, 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 come in on your, they make you a holla, holla, what you got laugh, but she have a holla, holla, come on, and you make your money, holla, 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 respect to the girl, rich independent, we work them on the money and not pay them on the rent, and utilize them dollar and not squander cent, then the girl have one summer apartment, she ought to take them with the like a thing, as them hear up and none of them will go down, they go sing, they go jump, and she out and broke out and rhythm, and feel come a man in without anything, Allah, Allah, I mean know you up and make you up, Allah, Allah, watch how you love it, but she up, Allah, Allah, come on, when you make your money, Allah, 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 Allah.
What thing? But them just sit down and just criticize our thing, our stuff, our thing. But them have to live with our thing, that's our thing, new thing. Alright? Yo, bad mind, what we us and we ride. And not that face we drop or we fall one side. Not for them said them up not devil in a disguise. In a turn back, load them collide. Yo, no for try to see destruction far. You're some real possibility and we know who you are. Never accomplish nothing after you a star. Where this man a bad mind thing for. Yo, I can't stand tip of water, pour a hole in a stone. Put my shoulder to the wheel and now me stand for make one neck back a little. One night so let this be known. So you want grudge Mr. Brown. Now, you never did know when me asleep on the tree. 1 pound of flour, some teeth in a tea. That shine the light me start make some money. So why you want stop me fussing?
Belly. Mr. Watch it boom, Bunna watch it boom. Corny niggas. Bunna watch it boom.
Yo, this is the old version of Watch It Pum. I will say them a shut and I watch them woman. What we call them, boy, there. Hey.
I will say them a shatter and I trail them woman. What we call them, boy, there. Mr. Watch it boom. That same boy you carry feeling fi boom fly pass in a dip him with him gal car. With a put up back or come. We call them Mr. Watch it glitter. That same boy you carry feeling silly tar. Girl them a tell me say
this is back in the day, Watch It Pum. And you know, Chefty got this brand new song right now called and I watch them woman. What we call them, boy, the Putty Police. Yeah. Putty Police. Putty Police. Shantia has this brand new song out. People.
Give me some room to breathe. I just need some space from
It's
you.
called Putty Police.
It's not supposed to be like this with someone new. Yeah, the boy no give you space on him, not set you free, then you better believe him. Funny police, if him buck out a key, put a track up on your Vicks, then you better believe him. Funny police, run when you see funny police, hide when you see funny police. Me say he make me feel like say me is a thief, cause me they a run from a funny police. First thing first, me buy me phone and I it you want search. When you want search, you gotta get your heart hurt. Location, ear tag in my purse, blouse and skirt. How you reach on me work? Hot gal enough for everybody, my youth.
Jahfari. Do you search phone?
Do what?
Do you search phone?
Me? Never.
You never search a phone? You gotta talk in the microphone. Don't shake your head.
No, I don't believe in it.
Why?
Leave that to God. When I dark shall come out in the light.
So, at no point in time in life, you said to yourself, you know what? I feel like this girl doing something. I need to go through this phone.
You
No
know,
time at all?
You know, when I say on intuition,
Man
have it.
got it too?
Man have it.
Okay. So what's the intuition that you've had that a girl was cheating on you? What's the intuition you had? Like, what? Put your headphones on. Where your headphones there? Right there. What was the point that you realized she was doing something she was supposed to be doing?
Every time I come in I car, she start put on the phone.
Oh, was she hiding? Was she hiding the phone?
Yeah.
I gotta restart my life because you know why?
Yeah.
This song, Instagram.
Any man who say them not getting a bun alive.
Lie?
Give me some room to breathe. I just need some space from you. You. It's not supposed to feel like this with someone new. You. Yeah, the boy, no give you space on him. No set you free, then you better believe him. Bunny police, if him go out a key, put a track up on your VIX, then you better believe him. Bunny police, run when you see bunny police. Hide when you see bunny police. Me say he make me feel like say me is a thief for me. They are run from a bunny police. First thing first, me buy me phone and I eat you want search. When you want search, you gotta get your heart hurt. Location, ear tagging on my purse. Blows and skirt, how you reach on me work. Hot gal enough for everybody, my youth. Comment from my picture, them that's I'm at you. You're too insecure, so you lose. That's why I'ma need you to give me some room to breathe. I just need some space from you. You. It's not supposed to feel like this with someone new. You give your space on him, not set you free, then you better believe him. Bunny police, if him go out a key, put a track up on your VIX, then you better believe him. Bunny police, run when you see bunny police, hide when you see bunny police. Me say he make me feel like say me is a thief for me. They are run from a bunny police. Imagine me give you a chance, and this is how you want. Show me.
When I'm feeling under the weather, you just make me feel sweet. Ice the cocoa tea, use the sugar, and together we are complete. Darling, pick me up. Only you alone could put in the soul. Pick me up. And they're telling me I should lead a fire alone.
That was a fix, Michelle G. I am in the building. Good evening, people. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Miss Oshine. Yo, it's carnival season. It's carnival season, you know, so soca gonna be all over the place. But like I said, Get With The Fix, Michelle G. I am in the building, streaming live on getwiththefix.net, Blaze Radio, Mighty Mix, Majestic, Coffee, Michelleg, Majestic, I said everywhere. Yeah, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Atlanta, all over the place right now. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Apple, everywhere. We are everywhere. My guest in the building tonight is no stranger to me. I've known this man a long time. Oh gosh. How long I know you?
Maybe like 25 years.
Really?
Yeah,
but can you talk in the microphone? Go ahead.
About 25 years.
Thank you. You're on air. People need to hear you.
All right.
About 25 years I know you?
Yeah.
Wow. How we met?
Through my brother.
Through your brother? Banky Hype?
Yeah.
Banky Hype. So I think how we met was you were doing pressure them promotions, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And I think Banky said to you, I think Michelle will be a good addition to your team.
Yes, he did.
He did,
exactly
right?
Exactly how it happened.
Exactly how it happened.
Yeah.
And then I came on board, and then somebody didn't like that I was on board. But you know,
we don't worry about that. We don't worry about that. We move forward, positive.
We move forward.
You was a team player.
I was the team player. You know what I wanted to say, and I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I wanted to say, as one of the women that was on the team, you always made sure people knew that I was just not there. I was an investor.
You was a coordinator,
business, everything together. And, you know, because there was a lot of guys, and, you know, sometimes men look at you and they want to talk to you kind of crazy. But Jahfari never allowed any of that to happen. So never. I thank you for that. I thank you very much for that.
And clean it up, because a lot of people believe that I didn't allow the other members to make money.
Okay.
So I need you to address that.
Okay. So
because they didn't believe we were a business.
Oh, what were we?
We were a business.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, and a family and a business first. So what happened with that was there was about 4 or 5 other girls?
Yeah.
4 or 5 other girls. And everybody kept their own events, right?
Yes.
Everybody had their own events going. and everybody was all allowed to make their own money, put in their own money, gain from it, make more money, all of those things. It was never like a slave ship type of situation.
Because what they made it seem like all the money went to me, and it
No.
never was that.
That was never that. That was never that. Jahfari, and one thing about Jahfari, if we did an event and we didn't make any money, he gave us back the money we put in.
And tell him you made big money.
And we made
50%.
big yo.
Tell him.
I miss that money.
Exactly.
What was one of the biggest nights for us? If you could remember, what was one of the biggest nights for us?
The biggest I would say was Beanie Man, Lady Saw. All the other ones was great, but we made a lot of money from Beanie Man and Lady Saw. I think you made like 10 grand.
Yeah.
I actually lost like 12 grand out my back pocket. Yeah, that I was running because I laid the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Once the bag was full, I had to start stuffing my pocket. And I think somebody got the bag, but it was all right. It was all right.
It was all right.
It was actually all right.
I think for me, one of our other big events was Spice Bungee Garland.
That was great.
That was great, right?
It ain't top Beanie Man.
It ain't top Beanie Man. Because I remember you calling me and you was like, yo, Michelle, Spice Bungee is a win. I said, dog, what are you talking about? That's a win.
Why I think it wouldn't top? Because when we did Lady Saw and Beanie Man, I had the money. We always had the money to pay the artists up front.
Right.
We ain't wait to no tickets.
Right.
I left the bag home with Lady Saw and Beanie Man money. And they made that money at the door within an hour.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, we had some good times. We definitely had some good times. Of course, there was always the conversations around Jahfari sleeping with all the girls.
Oh, thank you for
on the team.
Thank you for
there was always that.
My little sisters.
None of that was happening. None of that was happening. That was always the rumor going around in New Jersey that's what he was doing or whatever the case may be. And none of that happened.
Put me on pink wall. You forgot.
Yes, you was also
twice. I made it 3 times. I made up to 3 times. Pink wall.
You made pink wall 3 times?
3 times. The boss, I sleep with them, the fat black boy.
Yeah.
All those things.
The big belly fat boy.
That's all I could say.
The big belly fat boy was sleeping with all the girls on the team, and that was never the case. Never the case. So just clearing up some things that have been floating around for years and years and years. Why did you stop doing parties though? Like, why you stop?
When it came to my life, that was it for me. My life was more important. Somebody tried to kidnap me, and that was that.
That was
it for me.
Okay. So you stopped doing parties. When was that? What year was that?
I think the last party we did was 2018.
Really?
It was 2018. It
Wow.
was Spice and Bungee Garland.
Spice. Oh, that was when that whole situation happened?
No, it happened when we was bringing Kamani Marley.
Okay.
We brought Kamani Marley.
You know what's crazy?
Didn't we bring the first Marley?
Yes. We did bring Kamani Marley. You know what's crazy about that night? For reggae. Yeah.
Where we were.
That night, I got so sick when I was in Prince Hall that Shelly was with me, and I had to leave, and my friend Antoinette was there too. I had to go home because I got so sick that night. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but I didn't realize that was the same night that
was that night.
Somebody tried to take your life.
Well, they didn't try to take it at the party. They tried to come to my car lot.
Oh wow!
And I saw it on the camera. They pulled up with the car, opened the trunk, but they didn't know that I always have people around me. You know. So it didn't work out. God was looking down on us.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think that is still something that now in New Jersey with this whole dancehall scene that people have to keep watching their backs?
Always.
Okay.
It's a stigma. It's bad mind. Just all the above. Like you're gonna always hear things. Like we just was talking before the show started. I had a stigma, and I would teach all the team members, like, yo, you can't have sex with your patron. And that was the stigma. Like, oh, that he spends money on girls and that's what he do, and that's not true.
Yeah.
It's not true.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as a man promoter, like that's the thing, right?
Mhm.
That's the stigma that will always follow all of the men promoters because that's what they say you're supposed to do in this business. You're
I'm gonna
supposed
say
to.
I'm not gonna say I don't flirt. I mean, why wouldn't I? But nah, you don't do that.
You don't do that. And I don't think I've always heard that you're a mean man.
Am I?
That's what I've heard.
I mean, any girl that know me, you're not just gonna come and get my money. But don't you see I treat my my past relationships good? They had businesses,
Yeah.
houses. I
Yeah.
mean, how am I mean? I'm not just gonna give it away. You
Right.
think you're just gonna come and
You
get my
got to
money.
earn it.
You gotta earn it.
You
Exactly.
got to earn it. How does a woman earn money from you?
Show me they love me.
How? What? Because okay, the reason I'm asking you how is because you're one of those men that have everything.
I don't have everything.
You have I
have life.
You have everything, right?
Tell me how.
You have everything that a lot of men out here are trying to get, right?
Yeah.
And how would a woman show you? How would you know that a woman is genuine and she's not after your things? How would you know that?
But then I'm giving away the secret, and then they
Oh,
gonna come
so you
for
can't.
that.
Oh,
so
all
you
right.
can't really do that. You know what I'm saying? But you feel it. Like, it might sound corny, but you can feel when somebody loves you.
You can.
Know, I had bad. I messed up. I don't want to sit up here
All
like
right.
I'm perfect. I made my mistakes and
Okay.
shit. A good relationships. You know what I'm saying? And I think I paid the cost for that. But you could feel when somebody really love you genuinely. You know what I'm saying?
I always say that. I always say that.
Appreciate you.
I always say that I don't think people who are meant to be with us don't leave.
Correct.
Right? When it comes to relationships, that's how I feel.
Correct.
So if somebody leaves, it was God working for them to
sometimes
move.
Because sometimes you can push people away. Because
True.
The biggest thing that we have is people. We let people influence us and tell us foolishness.
Yeah.
So that played a big part with me too.
Okay.
I can honestly say that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't, like I said, I don't want to give up my secrets how I know, but you feel that feeling like me. People say, like you said, they say I'm mean and I'm tight. If it's not, if I know you love me, it's nothing in the world I won't do for you if I could do it.
I know that for sure. Because there's times when I could call you and even if to just have a conversation, and you're there or you will call back or anything like that. It was never for us. It was never borrowing money and none of that kind of stuff. It was always.
But you trusted me when
when
you came. You dropped the bag. Don't ask me nothing. You want a check. You want cash.
Yeah.
You felt safe. You started in the beginning with here's our business letter, and then it was like Jahfari got the money, and it's like that. And that's what people didn't understand. It's like I would think you my sister from another mother. So I don't get into as much as people want to make it seem that way. I don't get into pasta. I hated that.
Right.
So it's like, yo, no, this is what we doing.
Right.
But like I said, it's just life. People always gonna have things to say, and we allow people to mess up life for us sometimes. You know what I mean?
And good relationships and all of that kind of stuff. Because I was having this crazy conversation with your brother yesterday. We were talking, I think because we're all at a certain age right now, right?
Yeah.
Where our brains have shifted to loyalty and having great people around us and all of that, making sure we could trust people, right? And we were having a conversation about, just life in general and people being loyal to you, right? And I think a lot of times people don't want to hear the other side of a story. If somebody come to you and say, oh, such and such, some people run with that. But with us, we'll call each other like, yo, this is what I heard. Yo, what's going on?
But see, the biggest thing my mother taught me and my father is, listen, you should know the person you're around.
Yeah.
So you'll know what I would say. You know how I talk. So if you say you really love me as a person, you know how I talk and how I think.
Yeah.
And if you know I don't like drama, you should know I could go. You know what people hate about me? They'll be like, yo, Jahfari always put us on three-way. Because if I'm going to talk about you, I'm going to talk about you to both of y'all.
You're going to hear it, right?
Exactly. So if you know you can't say that I did that,
don't say it.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't say it. Don't say it. And I see DJ Kid on the live. I see that you've started some new ventures with DJ Kid. Why Kid? Why kid?
Nah, see, you just said that. It's a funny thing you said that. Oh, one thing with kid, it was the same thing. People portrayed it and put out there like, yo, he don't like you because of the situation with Entourage and
Banky, right.
And he pulled me to the side and said, Jaffa, that ain't the case. And from then we just been like here.
Okay.
Like, and big up Fashion and Brunch. I'm endorsing it. I got a big giveaway for that. If you're there, you'll see the giveaway. If you're not, then you're going to miss out. But we have a big giveaway for Fashion and Brunch this year. April, big up kid.
Yeah.
And I got a body shop later down that I want everybody to go to. You know, you got a gift. I'm going to give away a gift card for the body shop. But we'll talk about that later.
Kid, we could do an interview in April for your event. Before your event, we could, have a conversation around that. But I just want to know, like, basically, since you've done events, right? Because you've done events, and then you started back doing a thing in the summer, the food.
Oh well, again, I gotta get that flowers to Kid and
okay.
Indian,
okay,
and Patchy. You know what I'm saying? Patchy Pressure. So what happened was, my sisters had the memorial.
Yes, yeah. Condolences again.
Yeah, thank you. And at the time, the lady that I was dealing with, it was her birthday around the time, so I tried to incorporate it. And then after we cooked and it was food left, so I'm like, yo, tell everybody come over, they could just eat. And I told you, me and Kat had a bad experience because I always tried to book Kid. I'm like, yo, this dude could play.
Right.
He was like, yo, go to Entourage. But I'm like, you the boss. Why am I? At the time, I'm not gonna say he's the boss,
right?
But at that time, that's how I felt. So I felt like, I thought in my mind, I'm somebody. So if I'm calling you, you're gonna take the call.
Right.
So he's like, talk to Entourage. So as we got cool, and he popped up at the yard, and he's like, yo, I need some food. So I'm like, nah, you eat for free, you can drink. He like, nah, here go. And this would make me look at him different. I'm like, nah, you could eat, you could drink. He like, nah, here go $100. You bought this. So I'm like, some dudes would just eat
and don't say nothing.
You know what?
Yeah,
this man different.
Yeah.
So I popped up at his dance. So he at the door. I'm at the door. He's like, yo, you ain't gotta pay. You good. I'm like, nah, we gonna pay, but this what we gonna pay because it's like 12 of us. So he's like, nah, this your section, you good. And that's my brother right there. That's my little brother. You know what I'm saying?
I like it. I definitely like it. I definitely like it. Kid is a little
my little brother. You feel me?
Kid, you the little brother. Just so you know, I like it. I definitely like it. Like I said, as you get older, relationships you got to learn how to deal with people.
True.
Right? True. People you say you love and you care about.
But I love everybody, even.
But that's a problem. You can't love everybody.
You know what? You can love them to a distance. You
don't have to. All right.
You got to learn that if you bring that energy, you're gonna
always have that energy. Right.
You know. Yeah. And it's funny you brought that up because we were just talking about that in the car. Like, I don't hate nobody. And people try to say, I'm show off, I'm this, I'm that. And I'm the most sweetest person you could ever know.
You definitely are. And that was one of the things I was going to ask you about, when you post things, you get the idea, people get the idea that you are show off. You're always showing cars and this and that and that and that. But do they know how hard you work?
I got like 20 jobs. I am a real African. But I don't show off. When I post a car, I'm giving y'all motivation.
Oh, I like that.
If I'm showing off, you're going to see me in the car. And I don't play with my toys. You probably see my toys after I done sold it. So I don't show off. Show off for what? I've been doing this since I was 15.
Yeah. So
I don't know about showing off.
But people don't really, I think what it is that a lot of people don't really know your heart, right?
They know about when we used to pay people rent off the air that I don't put their names out.
Yes.
That we used to do
the toy drive. You backed up my back to school drive. The other day you gave me money for the toy drive.
But you ain't had to bring that up.
No. I'm just telling people because I don't think people understand that while you post your toys and all of that kind of stuff on Instagram, there's the other side of you that gives.
Yeah, but they can't even say that because give me your example of a show-off person.
I don't know because they tell me I'm show off too, so I don't know.
Because they hate our achievements. Do I show off my 6-bedroom house?
No,
I don't show off my 6-bedroom house. So how am I showing off? I work hard.
Yeah.
My lady told me one time, like, yo, you be working in your sleep. I'm like, what? She's like,
You
you're
talking in
talking about
sleep.
work in your sleep.
But people don't understand that that's how you get to where you are, right?
Exactly.
That's how we've gotten to where we are because we work very hard.
Very
Some
hard.
sleepless nights too.
I don't never stop working.
Yeah.
She says I worry too much.
But you've always been that guy. I don't think you'll ever not be that guy. Why do you worry so much though? Like what do you be worrying about?
You know
what do you worry?
Once you
shake
get
your head.
once you get where you want it to be, I don't ever want to feel like I'm back in a
You're
place.
back that place.
I don't
Yeah.
want to. I work hard because you know what? I got 4 beautiful kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not working for just me. It's for my kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A legacy. That's my biggest dream, my legacy. You know what I'm saying? So when you see Trump and you see Bill Gates, you see them, people be like, oh, pressure them. Pressure them is a family.
Yeah.
That I got it tatted everywhere on my body.
Yeah.
That's my business right there. I love that. Like, because I know where I came from. Like I said, I tell everybody they don't believe it. I was homeless by choice. I ran away from home 16. So
you ran away from home at 16?
16.
Why?
Because my mother was strict. Mommy pressure.
Mommy's still strict.
Oh boy, she like, yo, you can't go out. No, go in the house. But now I understand why. She was strict. At that time, I didn't believe it. I was rebelling. You know what I'm saying? I was rebelling.
I could understand, but here you are now, you know, big businessman, doing your construction business. Why did you go into construction? Like, why did you transition from partying and events to, you know, construction?
Again.
And real estate, not only construction, real estate.
So real estate, my mother put me on real estate.
Okay, nice.
Whether you believe it or not, people don't know. My first house, my mother gave me my first.
Wow.
House. My mother owned the house. She said, Jahfari, I can't do it no more. I'm gonna give you the house. Thanks to one of my best friends too at the time. And my mom was like, yo, you want this house? And I'm like, yeah. She paid for my clothes and she gave me, I think she gave me like $55,000. And I got my first house through my mother. And then I remember we had the restaurant.
Yes.
So when we had the restaurant, I'm like, Dad, this is very lucrative because at the time my mother was my tenant. And then I had 2 other tenants. And then I seen the money and I saw the vision. And then when I had the restaurant, the owner got real cool with me. That's why, like you said, your relationship.
Yes.
He's like, yo, I like you as a young man. Because I think at the time when I had the restaurant, I was 24.
Okay.
So I had the restaurant at 24. And then he's like, yo, I never seen a young boy like you that have this energy and you pay your rent on time and you never late. So when he died, his son, I didn't know his son knew me like that.
Okay.
From what his father told him. And that was the first time I even knew everybody out here have a mortgage. They didn't have a mortgage.
Right.
So like you could do a buy here, pay here. And that's how I got the building.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then after that, CJ was like, Jay, we gotta
rest in peace, CJ.
My brother.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, we gotta change up everything we're doing. What about when we can't throw parties no more? And I'm like, damn, we can't throw parties no more. So I'm like, yo, we're gonna buy a shack. And we bought my blue house, I threw the cookhouse. It wasn't beat up, but I call it a shack.
Okay.
And I hired some guys. So when I hired them, I would pop up because I had a carrier company. I had like a fleet of 7 vehicles that deliver mail.
Okay.
So when I would deliver the mail, I'm off early. So I go to work at 4 a.m. I'll be back home by like 12 p.m.
Okay.
So I start realizing the contractors were slacking. So I start sitting there every day with them. So now I'm watching. So I'm like, yo, I could do this. And the lady I was with at the time was like, yo, you could do it. I'm like, yo, I'm going to get my own license. And then she got the license. And then I just start doing construction. And then I just start doing big customer jobs, nice. 200,000. It start working. So it's like, yo, I'm just good.
Yeah.
And then I just took off from there. I didn't know I was going to be good at this. I like to design stuff, but I didn't know I would reach to that level. You know what I'm saying? And then I just start buying old houses and bringing them back. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, when God made you and Jahfari, I think like he anointed y'all in some type of way that whatever you touch becomes a business.
I'm not gonna just say he did, but I'm not. I would say all my brothers. 'Cause
Okay.
all of us own businesses
Okay.
from my father. You know what I'm saying? And it's I would more say it's from my God first, and then my father. 'Cause my
Okay.
father was too talented. I'll tell you some stuff about him, but that's another story right there. But go ahead. I'm listening.
I like it. I definitely like it. How was Banky's party to you? Like, how was the vibe being there?
Again, I'm gonna say this. My brother, he made his share of mistakes, but he has grown and I respect him as older brother. And I think we're gonna truly miss him because he's a great selector.
Yeah.
And the party was great. And it was a lot of people, and it was a lot of people, like I told you earlier, that I seen getting aggravated because they didn't want to park across the street, because I didn't want to park across the street. Yeah. But a lot of people turned back, but it was packed. And it was a great, everybody played good. I like what's that? YGG.
Young Ross.
Jabba
killed it.
Ross,
yeah.
But Banky took it.
Yeah.
He took it.
Of course. That's what he does. That's what he does. You know, you always say your older brother, but why do you always act like the older one?
Because I was more mature than him. And that's what I'm saying. Me and my brother wasn't always see eye to eye. It's a lot of stuff he did that I understand now. And I used to tell him, like, it's too much of us for us not to be an army and be strong. So remember, I looked up to him when he was throwing parties.
Right.
I guess at that time he wasn't ready to do it with me. So when I came in, I already just was like, I got my own thing going on, but I'll book him. Like, people thought he was doing it for free. I paid my brother, and he would do it. He would leave the money. I'm like, nah, bro, this ain't free. Because you know me, I don't want nobody to do nothing for free. Because I don't like people throwing stuff in my face.
Exactly, definitely.
So, you know.
So at first, when he started doing parties, you thought that he should have just brought you in
from the beginning. It would have been. He was big, so remember, I see my brother throwing parties in his basement in South Orange.
Okay,
he would have back parties, and we'd be there, and he's charging $5 and $10 in the basement and selling canned sodas. You know what I'm saying? So he was different, but I guess he's like, maybe at that time he didn't want nobody steal his shine. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I felt like. I'm not going to speak for him, but man, I look up to that man, whether he know it or not. All my older brothers, you know what I'm saying? Even my little brother, but he be feeling like, you see how I could say my big brother and say with pride, my younger brother can't say that.
And I know which one that is.
Exactly. But I love him though. You know what I'm saying?
So do you feel that, what was the transition in for you to understand what Banky was trying to do? Like, when he didn't bring you in, when did the transition happen for you to be like, you know what, I understand now?
As we got closer.
Okay.
He still had his shine, but it wasn't like Dons and Diva.
Okay.
So a lot of his mistakes was the people he thought was giving him the best advice.
Oh, okay.
And they wasn't.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Even not to listen, I don't knock gays or those things, but when he let that person win, it was wrong. Because you had people, I thought I was Dapper Don, but it was people out there that was fly too. But I think that kind of killed it for him, because you remember when he had parties, he literally had 3,000 people trying to break in, climb up walls, bone rush the door. Yeah. So it was like, yo, this man really doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you got to get somebody their flowers, like G City, these people. But Banky Hype, for me, he could have a party like he had an artist and he ain't had no artist, and he was making money like he had an artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But he just had the wrong people in his corner. You know what I'm saying? That's why when we started, I wanted our thing to be different. Because that's why I say people go off of perception and what people say. Everybody that was part of our family made money, because it wasn't cool for me just to make money. And people had a stigma. I was listen, I don't have no shame in my game. I done sold white t-shirts, sneakers. I done did crime. I done did things that I regret, but I grew from that. So you know what I mean? I don't have no shame in my game. You know what I mean? Whatever it take, I'm gonna do for my family, because pride don't feed you.
Definitely. Closed mouths don't get fed is what they always say, right?
Facts.
That's what they always say. Well, get with the fix, Michelleg. We have Jahfari Pressure in studio. It's the end of the month. Show's end of the month. Look, Shelly's on a live. end of the month show, and I wanted to have him here because I've always admired Jahfari, and he knows that. I hope you know that.
I know that. But excuse me, I see somebody that came on live. OC, big up yourself.
Okay.
He's my number one supporter that put me, GTOC. He put me.
Okay. Nice.
He helped me learn the game.
Okay.
And he's a GT. Respect, you know what I mean?
Nice people.
Like I said, I gotta let him know that I love him and I'm a ride for him always. You know what I mean?
Okay, I like it. Like I said, I have respected you from day one.
Yeah.
I looked up to your business sense. I mean, you've taught me how to do contracts.
Without a high school diploma.
Yeah, you've taught me how to do contracts. Like when we did Party, you legit had contracts. Like you had to sign a contract. And one thing about Jahfari is if you didn't, as a DJ, if you didn't show up at what time he said show up, you was not getting paid. You wasn't getting paid and you didn't get booked again. And people used to come to me because I was the person that everybody used to come to. Like, yo, Michelle, talk to Jahfari. I say, what did he say in the contract? The man meant what he said. So be on time. I even remember when we was in Prince Hall at the Spice and Bungee show.
Yeah.
And the security guard in there at the time, you know, that man that used to think he won in dance out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came up and was like, yo, I need all of my money, yo, this party ain't happening and da-da-da. And Jahfari's like, yo, Michelle, handle that.
All the time.
You know, and we went in a room and we paid him and life went on because people used to treat us like everybody else, like, because we used to pay for our events up front. And I remember, and I don't know if he remembers this, but my name, Maggie, we name MG. No.
Oh, us.
The guy in New Jersey here, Mappy MG, Maggie MG, whatever he name. He used to run African Stand.
Correct.
One night, Flawless had her party, right? And he came in the event and he was like, the doors are not opening until he get the rest of the money.
Yeah.
Right? And I went in my pocket and I gave him the rest of the $1,500 because everybody used to pay people after.
Didn't pay
after the party ended. And since then, I never looked at him the same again.
Because all right, so in the beginning of my career, that the same thing used to happen. So that same party, Lightman styled us because you called me and told me to get Lightman, and Lightman said that he didn't get the money. And I said, bro, you got a deposit. We would never not pay you. I don't take embarrassment. I said, just keep the money and we don't even want you. So for a long time, the Lightman and me didn't talk because of that same reason, because you got to still kind of remember people had the stigma where they booked the party and they didn't pay because they didn't make no money.
Right.
It's no party we ever did
that didn't make money. And Flawless made mad money that night.
But again, you got to remember, even artists did it to us. Look at the time when we brought Octane, right? I never forget it. Octane gave me the contract. They sent it. We sent all the money. Octane said they wanted, I think we bought them in 2014. But we bought a 24. He said he wanted SUV 2014. So we bought an SUV 2014. Picked him up at the airport. Get there. He jumps out. Oh, this is not a Benz. Oh, I'm not coming to the show. I said, listen, you're going to pay me my money now because you're going to come to the show. So I left him at the airport. I left Octane at the airport. And you best to believe he showed up. That's when he showed up with that burgundy blazer.
I remember
when we got an all white
event. Yeah.
But you got to understand the stigma. A lot of people want to do dances and don't have that money because what they used to say that our events, that wasn't our money.
Yes.
So you got to understand.
Yeah. Not knowing that all of us is like, and we didn't even need to give you any money, right? No. But you was like, yo, we're all partners. Who, you know, whoever have it, let's go. You'll get half back and plus your old what you put in and all of that. And we used to be like, all right, Jahfari here. Nobody ever not trusted you to not do what needed to be done. So for me, looking at when things like that used to happen, you and I just used to look at each other like, is these people for real?
They for real.
And just laugh.
Because people will put stigma. We're not going to put one of our team members on
at risk.
But one of them didn't trust us.
Yeah.
And left.
Okay.
And they got robbed.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna say who it was, but
I actually apologized to her.
But it wasn't your fault.
I know, but I felt like it was. I felt like it was because and I apologized to her. I had an interview with her and I apologized to her because I was at her door And you know, people walk around with things like, oh, Michelle robbed somebody or something like that. So I think that was also being said. And I apologized to her because, first of all, I'm not a thief. I've never stolen anything from anybody.
Facts.
And the reason I apologized to her was because I was at her door and we didn't have proper instructions about how this money was supposed to work. Because, you know, when we do our events, we know where the money going and where we're putting it and all of that. I took the money and I gave it to the people who the event was being kept with. I took all of it in that container. You never knew that, right?
No, because remember I left because it wasn't supposed to be that way.
Right.
It was supposed to be. So how we did our events was whatever you have, if you can't match, if you don't have it, we'll put it up.
We'll put it up. Right.
And you give us 40%.
Right.
But they didn't want to do that.
Yeah. So I took all of the money that was made that night and from the door and I gave it to the people that was partners with the individual. And that's all I knew after that. And that person got very mad at all of us because she was like, we should have protected her more. And I apologized to her because, and I said to her, I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to give the money to those people. You never told me.
But I agree to an extent, but the rules was no outsiders from the beginning.
Yes.
I set the rules for a reason.
Yes.
So you can't go over the rules that I put in place.
Yeah.
So as my mother say, if you don't hear, you will feel.
You'll feel, yeah.
Ain't nothing more to say.
Yeah. But I apologized to her because this saying was Michelle, you know, took whatever, Michelle shoulda, Michelle coulda, Michelle da-da-da-da.
No, we love her, but it wasn't out.
I basically had to apologize because I don't want anybody to ever feel that I took money away from them because I'm not even that girl.
But we know that they took the money because they took the bar money.
They took the bar money.
Too. They told her it was no money.
Yeah.
But everybody that came there was
that party was rum.
It was ram and all the liquor
was sold out.
Because of her.
Yeah. Definitely because of her.
We alone spent $1,000.
Yeah.
And at that time, I kind of stopped drinking. So
yeah,
it wasn't even nothing like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? But like we say, we love her. We're going to move forward.
Yeah, definitely. Did you ever have a conversation with her though? Did y'all have a powwow about that whole situation?
We never really had a powwow because I feel like certain things don't need to be said. You know what I mean? Why? Because at the time, the person she was with came at me sideways. Like you made her get robbed. I made her if I put rules in place, and you follow them, then you won't run in that situation.
Yeah.
So it's just like Kid. You just said a thing. Me, Kid, and them doing the thing. When we do it, ask him. He get every receipt. Every time somebody cash at me, I text it to them. I put it in the back because people have that perception that you gotta steal.
Yeah.
And that's wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, we've had a lot of adventures.
Facts. A lot.
I also remember that time when we did a photo shoot and I wanted to cuss you for that. So I'm going to cuss you no. That you're there in my face. I'm going to cuss you no. We did a photo shoot one time for the all-white party.
Oh, yes.
And
when all y'all was going back and forth. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Well, go ahead. And we did the photo shoot and, you know, I was dressed nicely in my all-white.
You were.
All the way put together. And then when the flyer drop, yes, Shelly, really, I'm bringing it up. When the flyer drop, I see an old picture of me on the flyer.
Who did? No, what happened was, and I could fix that because when the flyer guy kept saying the picture didn't come out good. So it was like last minute. And if you look, a lot of the pictures was edited in that flyer. But I know you wanted the nice outfit. But some reason the lighting was messed up. Because if you look, some of the people that took pictures wasn't the stuff that we took wasn't in there. I didn't fix flyers, so I figured he knew what he was talking about. But you still looked good, though.
I didn't like the picture. Yeah. I just want you to know. No, it's how many years later, and I'm telling you today in 2025. I didn't like the picture. I didn't like it.
I thought you looked good.
I didn't like it because that's not the picture that I took. Okay.
You win. I apologize.
And said person was, you know, always been mad at me for being your right hand.
But people gonna be mad. But listen. I love all of them. I don't. Everybody got they moment where they want to feel like. But at the end of the day, you was the second. You you stepped up when everybody else didn't want to step
Yeah.
up. So I can't. What do they want me to do? If I say, yo, listen, this event is 25,000 and you drop 10 or you drop 7,500, I gave everybody a choice. So if they ain't step up, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? Because at our events, remember, we bought everything.
Yeah.
We even bought a sound system.
We definitely did.
So
we definitely did. Why did you buy the sound system? Where's the sound system? Like, what are you doing with it?
They parked.
Okay.
We bought it because I got tired of paying people and people coming when they want, and then when the sound don't sound good, they still wanted to get paid.
Yeah.
It didn't make no sense.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing I will say though, and there's wood anywhere. None of our events had any casualties.
No, none.
No fighting, no nothing. I do remember at that Spice show though, I had to tell Jahfari, take you upstairs. Let me handle the door because these people don't know you. You're doing too much. Like, go away. Let me take care of it and all of that. And I think he still holds that against me.
He's sensitive. He's very sensitive, but don't mind. It means no harm.
I know. So we were talking about, and today I posted about, this whole federal ban thing that was supposed to happen. And, you being a landlord, right?
Okay.
And they are talking about taking away Section 8.
I don't think they're gonna take the Section 8 away from the people that have it. But knowing Trump, all the fools that voted him in because they felt like they're gonna get stimuluses or these things, you're playing with a evil person. That's all I'm gonna say. But if he do, it's gonna hurt a lot of people because me personally, that's where most of my money comes from. Section 8. I have majority of my tenants are Section 8, and all that stigma about Section 8 people nasty. Regular tenants are nasty. You don't know what you're gonna run into.
Yeah,
I prefer getting my 70% or 100% of my money guaranteed every month. The first of the month,
pay somebody.
It hit like clockwork.
Yeah,
it hit like clockwork. You hear that? Ting 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 them bells. I love it. So I love Section 8. You give me a Section 8 tenant any day.
I like it. I definitely like it. But the first thing that came to my mind was, how is this going to affect? I mean, they put a stop on it for right now.
Well, if they drop it, I'm selling everything.
You're selling everything.
I'm selling it. It don't even make sense because I can't make. Listen, let me tell y'all why. Everybody got a stigma like they figure they know what I do. I'm in real estate. I do construction. I have ATMs. I have multiple streams of income. But my biggest stream of income is fixing houses and my personal properties. At one point in New Jersey, I had a lot of properties.
Okay.
The thing with it was when COVID came, it nearly bankrupted me. At that time when it came, when the market was getting funny because of COVID, and I almost died from it.
Yeah.
So at that time, I had mostly regular paying tenants. When Trump came up and said, "Oh, y'all don't gotta pay," they could take the security deposit and not pay. They was coming with Louis bags, new cars. I think at the time I probably was like 86,000 in the whole.
What?
With rent, I swear to God, with tenants that's not paying me. I'm like, yo, and you can't do nothing. All that getting mad.
Wow.
Remember, I didn't see the judge till like 9 months. By the time the 9 months came, it was like, and then what saved me a year later, when I filed for the rental assistance, the money was exhausted because a lot of people was
fraudulently getting it.
So
yeah.
It was exhausted. So a year later, I go in the mailbox, I see some checks. So the tenants that wasn't paying, "Oh, you got paid." I said, "Yeah, I got paid. You owe me a year rent." Do the math. One tenant was like $1,900 a month times 12.
Jesus.
So I'm like, okay, you think I'm gonna give you this money? This is mine.
Right.
She really wanted me to give her that money. And it was like, yo, I don't want to do regular tenants. And after that, I just start getting all Section 8 tenants.
Wow.
So I literally I'm gonna tell you, I was crying like, yo, because I had to still pay them mortgages.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So I tell people, if everybody want to be a landlord, it got its ups and
it's down.
Yeah.
Definitely got its ups and downs. What do you think is missing in New Jersey dancehall? Or is there anything missing?
Definitely. We don't have a venue.
Why you ain't buy one?
Because I love Caribbean people, but we are the
We have no behavior.
I rather that use that word than say the other word I was gonna say. Because it's times where I had situations where like we at the bar and dudes come up, I need a case, but I'm gonna pay you later. Nah, you're not gonna pay me now.
Yeah.
So a lot of times why people don't like me, because I ain't play when it came to that bread. You have to get that bread up. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the stigma was this Yankee boy. They forgetting I lived in Jamaica. I lived in some of the most roughest places. So I'm from the street, so you're not gonna play me.
Right.
Even though everybody I buy the money. You know what I'm saying?
So called.
Yeah. Because I'm humble. They try to play. But like I said, that's why. And then the shooting and then look at La Mason. I loved that hall. And people were shooting up outside. So I would never do it.
You would never do it?
Nah. Because then everybody gonna be a friend and they feel like they're entitled to get special
treatment, and then they're gonna come in with the foolishness. Yeah, because that's something I've always wanted to ask, because I remember entrepreneur, had reached out to me one time. He's like, yo, Michelle, I think we need to, get a place. But I'm like, from the people that I've seen that got places, it never turned out good.
Only place turned out good. And another reason I know they ain't like me. So me, I got special treatment in Prince Hall. Sometimes I ain't even had to pay for the venue.
Yeah.
But I had the key.
Now I know.
I had the key to the building. I could open the door. So, I understood. And that was our safe haven. We don't know how bad it is till we ain't got that no more. So I don't think it's ever be a venue that, and like I said, I'm scared to throw parties now. Like my life, I value my life too much because, and the crazy thing was when they tried to come for me, they stupid because our money went to the bank the next morning after the party. If it was a Sunday, that money was already gone. Right? We party and the money gone. Y'all think the money's still in the club? That money gone.
Yeah.
Keep no money in the party.
Definitely. Definitely. I like I said, I would always, and I think that's probably why I used to be out so much with you guys, you and Becky, because I'm like, I always felt like being protective of y'all. When I worked the door, or even though I was investing, I was still working the door. I was still doing whatever, because it's like, yo, we trust each other and know that at the end of the day, we got each other's back.
It's supposed to be that
right?
way. It's supposed to be.
And there were a lot of instances where people robbed us and
my first parties, I got robbed. My first parties. Yeah. And Ralph kind of put me on that. Like, so the first party I threw was Star Status. With me, James, Cash Money. We had like 300 some people the first party upstairs. The bar made like 20-something thousand. So I'm going to Ralph, I'm bragging. I gotta pay Ralph like 85. Ralph like, yeah, you're missing money. I'm like, what you mean? He's like, all right, how much you sold and remember I do numbers, but I'm like, I paid you, I doubled. Like, okay, you sold this liquor for $120. You paid me $35. So how
you only have
and then you start knowing who the thief is. They like, next party, I can work the bar with you. I got you. So nah.
Yeah. Don't people think that throwing parties is something that was so easy and all of this type of stuff? And it was a lot. It was definitely a lot of work.
For me, I had to get up 5 a.m, go to work after the party, 6 a.m.
You and me both.
So
we was outside partying and then going to people's jobs.
Yeah.
So people think that, they have this whole stigma around everything that we used to do. But I think what kept it so for them just having rumors is because nobody was talking.
But we had to keep it the circle type.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Because you can't let them know why it was working. Because at first, like you said, he's sleeping with all of them, this and that. And the reason I had Short Man and all of them, because I wanted them to have a legacy. When I'm thinking, I'm gonna retire
and they pass still it on.
Gonna pass it on, but they didn't have a vision like we had it. So you know what I mean? Definitely. They just was doing it for the hype.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Jahfari Pressure is here in the building. Get with the fix. Michelle G. I want to ask you some other questions while you're here, because I like to get people involved in stupidness.
I see.
It's stupidness. Just because, stupidness is stupidness. Okay. So they say that it takes a man 3 dates to know if he feels a connection with you. As a man, is that true or false?
Hold on. Ladies are saying, say that again?
That it takes a man 3 dates to know if he feels a connection with you.
I agree with that. Because you can't do it on the first, you can't do it on the second, the third, and sometimes more.
Why you can't do it on the first and the
Because
second?
sometimes we give too much information and they play on your intelligence. So you got to be mindful. And ladies, I'm going to give y'all a piece of advice. Stop telling men that y'all independent. Because
it's
real
a turn
woman,
off.
not even that, because they say they independent and not a man like, okay,
he
you
don't
got
need
it.
Nothing. Yeah.
Exactly. Stop doing that. Even if you can do it, show him without telling him. Because from my experience, a lot of women that say they're independent lie. Because after a week, they begging you.
They beg you for something.
Am I lying? I'm being real.
They be begging me, and I'm not with them.
All right. So you just answered your own question. What's the next one?
So at the beginning of the show, we were talking about going through phones. And Jahfari said that he's never gone through come off my life. He's never gone through any woman's phone because intuition is something that men also have.
Everybody has intuition. See, again, you said the way you said, if 3 dates, you should know if that's the woman you would. If you really love that woman or that woman love that man, you know your person. So if you with somebody and now they not doing the same thing, what's that telling you?
Yeah.
Am I right, bro?
You're right. How much do you think the first date should cost? Because that's always a big question, right? And because you are the baller that you are.
Me. Yo, I don't tell you the truth. The most expensive date I went on.
Because you treat yourself good.
Yeah, I love to eat.
Yeah.
You cutting back. I was skinny and got big, and then I'm cutting back. It's taking a while, but it's cutting back. But I think the most expensive date I went to was Chart House. The first date I went to with one of my kids' mother, and it was expensive.
Nana said 500.
No, it was like 450.
450.
But for 2 people, 450, I think is like.
How long ago was that?
And she was eating. Now, when I think about it, she was eating mad stuff that she took. Like, I'm really thinking about that now. Like, yo, she was getting mad entrees. Like, what? At my dime, yeah.
She knows you're the fiery pressure.
Nah,
you got the bread.
But you know what? That's what made me scared to really date. Because once you got popular, you don't know if somebody really love you or like you.
Yeah. And that's always the question, right? That's even the thing for me. Because I'm always skeptical about why are you here? Like, what do you like? You know what I mean? Because again, we're all successful people. So that question is always like, why me? Why did you choose me? Like,
so it's sad, and me as a man speaking, I'm ashamed of some men now because men enough man I look for things.
The one people take care of them.
One doctor forget them.
Oh, that's
Dr.
what it is.
Michelle forget them. So
I ain't gonna forget him. My son is 20, and he eats all day long.
There you go.
And his shoes are size 15.
There you go.
What are we talking about?
But I mean, but be realistically, if you do meet that man and he's down on his face, you would help him.
Oh, definitely. You know that.
All right, then.
You know that.
But all right, how do you know when you found love and that's the person you can help? And since you put me on the spot, when you answer that, I got another question for you, but go ahead.
I don't know how to answer that.
All right, since
I don't know how to answer that.
So since you're waiting on that, have you ever took back cards from a man you dated?
Hell yeah. Right. And you know who helped me do it? Your brother. Your brother.
So there you go.
What? Like I always tell this story. I was dumb enough
You
to
wasn't
put.
dumb. You were in love. Don't
I,
do that.
I don't think I was in love. I was stupid. I legit put my name on a car for a guy, a truck, Infinity, the big body. You know the big
I
body?
remember
You
it.
remember, right? And dude stopped paying for the truck. Like dude stopped paying for the truck and dude was still driving the truck. Okay. And I had to come with my pocket because I was paying for my Infinity and he Infinity just to save my credit.
Yes.
I was paying about $1,500 a month for 2 vehicles plus insurance just to make sure that if he gets into an accident
But
or whatever. Right. So what had happened was I asked you back for the vehicle and dude was like, no, you're not getting it. So that you know your brother.
I know. I remember the story.
That's why I love him so much. Repo the car we self, right? That's why people don't understand how my loyalty is to that man because he didn't have to do that.
Nope.
I reported that vehicle stolen and everything, but he lived in Queens, so they couldn't really. Jersey people can't go to Queens to get a stolen vehicle. And we went one morning. We got up. Becky came from a party. And I came out the house because my mother was like, we're going to get that vehicle tonight. I don't know how she knew that the vehicle was where it was going to be, but she was like, we getting that vehicle back today. Came out the house and Jamari was sleeping in the driveway because he used to do that a lot.
All the time.
When he's tired, he goes to some place that he's comfortable and he go to sleep.
Yeah.
And we came outside. He was like, where y'all going? It was like, we're going to Queens to get the truck. He was like, all right, say less. We drove to Queens. And best believe the truck was sitting outside this man's mother's house, right? My mother had a CRV, I think at the time, and that's what we were in. Your brother got a screwdriver because homeboy said if I want the truck gotta get towed. So like he paying for it.
Mommy laughing
because she was there. So I'm sure my son is probably listening to this now too because he was there too. And the other day he asked me like, what was y'all doing in New York with that stuff, right? He was like 6 at the time. And Jamari took a screwdriver and he punctured the tires on that truck. Now them tires was like $200 and something a piece. I didn't care at the time. Jamari punctured every tire and the boy drove from Queens to Brooklyn. Jamari left it at his mother's house and he drove from Queens to Brooklyn on them tires flapping. Right? All I know is Jamari is like, I got the truck. Come on. I ain't gonna say we do cars.
Yo, you had to do what you had to do. But that was saying to be said that when you care about people.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying about people take
advantage
of people.
Yeah.
Take your kindness for your weakness.
Yeah.
But God would deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
Leave that.
Yeah, God would definitely deal with them. But loving people for me is rough.
Yeah.
I'm going to be dead honest. Loving people for me is rough just because of the experiences. Because we have good hearts.
Yeah, but you can't. And this was something I was saying, and I could tell you, past relationships mess up your future.
Yeah.
So you have to learn. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy because it's not easy for anyone. But you have to give people a chance.
I've never allowed none of those things, but I had to take a step back for myself and look myself in the mirror and say, yo, what is it with you that these things happen to you? Right. And I realized that I'm a helper. And that was my problem. I'm a helper. And that was my problem. So I stopped being a helper and decided to have my soft girl era where people are taking care of me instead of me taking care of them. I'll take care of you how you take care of me now. I'm not just going to be the person taking care of you. Yeah. Okay? That's just what it is. Have you ever gotten a jacket?
Me? Man, I tell any woman will come on my. I don't want to feel like I don't see. Now you put me on the spot. So if I go on my phone right now,
oh God,
every one of my kids, I got blood tests. I sneak.
Really?
Let my brother swab, and then
really.
So like one time, my last kid, the mom was like, "This ain't your son." I
Oh,
said,
Jesus
"Look,
Christ.
here's the proof. He swab 99.1. Play with me if you want. You'll get lawyers on you." So I don't play with my kids. All my kids are mine. I don't even have unprotected sex like that. If I have a kid, it's the woman I'm dealing with. And if I catch something and you hear that I'm on the news, you know why. I don't play those games. And all my kids is mine. My son lighter than me, so people be trying to say
That he's not.
but it's mine. It's 90. I got the
You
DNA.
got the paperwork.
Let me show you.
I've never heard a man say that he
I don't play
legit
with my
went
kids.
behind a woman's back
I let
without her
Jahfari
knowing.
go and go do my swab for me. Yeah, I don't play them games.
DJ CD says smart man.
I don't play no games because some people have agendas.
Yeah.
And if you're stupid,
you're gonna fall in.
You're gonna fall in. And
Yeah.
I don't know somebody that took care of a kid
that don't belong
for
to them
years, and then when they found out, it's too late. So look, tell them you said you want to know. I'm not gonna keep no secrets.
Oh wow.
All my kids I got
back in 2020.
Exactly. It's gonna pop up.
So have you shown all the mothers this?
All of them know. See?
Okay.
They go to results. Read it for them.
Are you serious, Jahfari?
I don't play no games. I work too hard for mine.
Wow.
What does that say? Read it. Go ahead. I ain't no shame.
Oh my, 99.9996%.
Because my son light skinned and handsome like his father.
Oh my goodness.
You see it. I don't play no games. So no woman ain't gonna take me for no ride. My mother ain't raised no fool. We don't play them games.
I think I would want to fight you.
I want to know my son.
So why can't you just go to the girl and say, listen, I want to know if this is my child or not. Let's do a DNA test to make sure. Why do you feel that you need to go behind their backs? It's
not. All right. So I snuck and did it. And then if they try to be funny, then I'll tell them. I never told them until, oh, this ain't
they
your
brought
son.
Up some.
You know, women get mad and be like, this ain't your kid. I said, all right, play with me if you want. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And let's clear the record. When I came in, Michelle said I had a baby. I don't have a baby. That's my grandson.
Everybody was saying
but
that you
I'm
had
too
a baby.
young, so I say that's my nephew or but it's my grandson.
It's your grandson. So you don't have a new baby.
Nah.
There's no new baby that Jahfari has.
Nah, Jahfari ain't got it.
Because I didn't get invited to a baby shower. So I'm like, okay, what going on?
Nah, not me.
What going on? So Swaby said he wants your book, your handbook. You should write a book.
I should.
About.
Well, they can help me with that. But nah, we don't want a jacket out.
No jacket out here. Because you know Jamaican women are out here doing some things.
Well, you know, I don't have a Jamaican baby mother. Unfortunately, all my kids.
All of your kids are American, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I mean, I love my culture, but you know, Jamaican woman love beat up man and
Those are the words of Jahfari Pressure, not any of Michelleg.
So here's my son.
Oh, he is cute. Oh.
And my daughter look just like me.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. The girls are your face just like right on them, right on them. Yeah. They also said that it takes a man 172, which is about 5 to 6 months, to know if a girl is wife material.
That's a hard one. Now you
5 to 6 months.
I don't nah. Oh, not.
And you've never been married, right?
All right, we're gonna leave that alone. I've been engaged.
Jahfari, you been married?
I've been engaged.
You've been married?
Yes, I have been married.
Are you divorced?
Yeah, separated.
So you're still married?
Not really.
Explain, Jahfari, cause
I'm gonna leave that alone. But you got the answer, all right? All right, we're gonna leave that alone. It's him.
I didn't get invited to a wedding, so I'm holding me hand right now.
Nah, it's way before. It's a long story.
It's a long story.
I
So what are you doing to close the?
Oh, you know, that's a very good question.
Are you? Because now look, you're a whole businessman. You have all of these things, and if you have that situation going on,
trust.
Okay.
So it's a big difference.
Okay. Okay, talk about that. Tell people about protecting. Tell men about protecting themselves in situations like that.
Well, you want to protect your assets, and I have trust. And best to believe you got to come from my mother if you come with me. So, I mean, or you could go the mom's route. My mother is my ride or die. So I ain't. She best to believe my mother's taking care.
She does not play about her children,
No,
her boys. No, Mario, can't let it go. Like,
but if you're gonna do it, you can have a living trust. You have a trust. So
okay.
The trust owns the stuff. You don't own it. The trust is a person itself.
Okay. So that negates anybody coming after your stuff.
But somebody's gonna always come because unfortunately, see, you got me trying to put people under the bus. But in one situation, like child support, they start looking. Oh, he owns this, he owns that, but they don't really. No, technically, you don't own it because all my stuff is not in Jahfari's name.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you pay child support? You're not on child support, are you?
Yes, I am.
You on child? You on child support?
Yeah, my shit hefty. My shit.
Well, okay.
I be in the bed like, damn.
What woman in her right mind put you on child support?
So I'm put it like this. My child's mother was vexed that I got engaged.
Oh.
So I couldn't see the kids. So when I asked to see the kids, I went to file for me to see the kids. I don't play those games.
And then they put you on support.
So she put me. So I did it to myself because when I got the kids, I was winning. The judge was like, "Oh, he's the plaintiff. He's the one that filed." So she was trying to get back money from when the kids was born.
Yeah, because that's where they started.
But me, I write checks and I use.
You have proof, right?
I show when I get the money. I have records of it. So I know she did it out of bitterness, but the judge was like, so she came with all like the properties at the time where I started. She's like, he owned it. So the judge's like, well, you don't got proof. It's not showing his name. It's not his. Me, buff up my chest like a big man. Yeah, Your Honor, I own that.
Wow.
When I'm done with me. On the God,
you wish you'd shut up, no?
Yes, I truly would. I mean, it go to my kids, but unfortunately, you could look at it different ways. I don't get nothing else. That's it. All I give is child support. I'm not
really
my child support hefty.
So you don't do.
I'm gonna give a guesstimate. What you think I pay a month for one?
2,000.
You close.
It's more than that.
You right there. So we're gonna leave it like that. So I'm like there
per child.
Nah, I pay for 2. The other ones I ain't got child support. My oldest daughter 25.
Okay, so no, that's what I'm saying. For the 2 kids,
so
you pay about 2,000 per child.
No, for both.
For both of them.
Yeah, but you do the math. I lived with my kids' mother.
Yes.
You would never spend that.
Yeah.
In between them, but it is what it is. But I don't get nothing else, so you can't ask me for nothing else because you know how I feel about my kids. So if I'm paying child support, you can't come and ask me for no money. It's no way. You're not asking me for nothing else.
Wow.
Because you playing dirty. When I go clothes shopping for my kids, I spend $3-4 grand on my kids. And this when they was little.
Yeah.
So how you gonna do that to a man that loves his kids? You can't do that.
That's crazy. I didn't know you were paying child support.
Yeah, man, child support. It hurt when that money gotta be paid.
Oh my gosh.
And I paid the rears when because they
started. They started from
So I paid the rears from the rip, but
wow.
You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm not mad at it.
Right.
Because we're not together.
Right.
It's how you go about it.
Right.
And why I'm mad because when we broke up, I'm like, yo, what do you need me to pay you a month? And we agreed. And then once I gave that ring, it was a wrap. I put that ring on Instagram. Well, I didn't put it.
The girl did.
The girl put it.
Yeah.
And I guess she saw how big it was. She said, God. Yeah. That's what it was.
So how did you end up with the other child? Because, you went back.
So now remember when you said you start feeling them vibes and you feel like, so the last baby mother, I was I was feeling her, but I felt like she was playing me. So I then went back and slept with other baby moms. And then I had twins and then I lost the twins. And then, so yeah, I'd have had
mad kids.
But nah, I wasn't I was dating the last baby mom, but she said, I didn't know. I started learning this because guys, when you sleep with a girl and you think y'all talking, that's your girl. Don't think you sleeping with him. That's your girl. I didn't know that. I thought we were just talking because we didn't really make it. No, I'm not trying to be funny.
I'm laughing because most men don't know that, you know.
We don't know that.
Most men don't know that once you start sleeping with a girl, you're in a whole relationship.
Yeah, you my boyfriend.
You my boy.
Like, huh? We talking. I'm getting to know you. So it was. I see. Like I said, I was not always. I was dipping and dabbing because I didn't know if she was 100. So that's on me.
Okay.
So you know what I mean. I'm gonna take the accountability. So yeah. So I think that's what bothered my last relationship because I had a baby on her. You feel what I'm saying? So that was my fault.
Oh, okay. Okay. So the other things, one of the other things that I've seen you do, and I haven't seen you do it ever since then, was put a girl on blast on Facebook.
Meaning, what you mean?
Like you put business out there, you put receipts, you put text messages, all of that.
Because I'm grown now, and I don't want to. If you gonna say, people gonna say, like we clarified that people gonna say what they want to say about me anyway. You can't stop people from talking, but I know what's the good in my heart. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, people just say people wild, man, because people want to bring you down. And you know what I mean, I'm a good-hearted person. Like I said, I make my share of mistakes, so I take the accountability for things I've done. But I ain't gonna do that no more. I'm gonna just laugh and keep it moving. Me, I'm a runner. So if we arguing or we fight, I'm running. You know what I'm saying? Because even now, and I don't know if it's true, but I done heard my second baby mother friends say like, "Oh, he don't take care of his kids." I'm like, "I don't take care of my kids." Well, you can't show receipts for everything. You know what I'm saying? So you just let it be. You feel what I'm saying? Because I know how it is. As long as my kids know I love them.
It's crazy. I tell people all the time when it comes to you and Banky, like I be like, they are assholes, like serious assholes. They are a-holes. Okay, if you get them to be an a-hole, they are a-holes. But when it comes to their kids, it's a whole different type of scenario. So I don't ever see either one of you not taking care of your kids.
But you gotta understand. I don't now. As a man, because I'm about to be 45 and understanding life, you got to let the woman dump you. A man cannot dump a woman because if you dump a woman, it's going to be bitterness. So now, sometimes it's hard because if you, some women have the tendency to make a man look like he not doing nothing. They doing the world for them to bring them down. And when you said earlier about how a man know a good woman, I don't care what you go through, with a woman or a man go through, the woman or the man should let that person know how special they are all times.
Definitely.
So when you stop hearing that, and you always hearing bad things, then you know, like, you know what I mean, that person ain't for you and you got to move on. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying by letting the woman break up, I should have gave it more time before I got in another relationship. You get what I'm saying? I just was thinking about myself, like,
you got needs, and I need my needs to be met.
You know what I'm saying? So I take accountability for that. You know what I mean? We don't give it enough time, but what to you is enough time?
One time I gave myself a whole year.
So you saying a year should be?
No. I think people always say that if you've been with somebody 5 years, it'll take you 5 years to get over that person.
That's not true.
That's what people say. But I say that I think that we need to give ourselves some time. But what happens half of the time is that a lot of people are in relationships and in relationship with somebody else. There's 3 people in a relationship. You open your eye. It's 3 people in a relationship at one time, and it's mostly the men who already have a backup plan and they move on.
So again, when I said that, again, like I said, that was my friend. I was talking to her. I liked her. I just got out of a relationship. I was comfortable with my second kid's mother, and I was hurt. So I knew I wasn't going back there, but I was comfortable sexually with her. And the new girl, I heard things from her family members and friends, and I'm like, yo, me, I'm not a fool. So I don't make nobody take me for fool. So I still was dipping and dabbing. So again, I don't think all men do that, and I don't think all women do it. But you know what I mean? You gotta be careful now because women ain't playing, man.
They're not. We're really not. Really not. Why would you stay with somebody when their family members is telling you negative things and stuff like that about them? Why would you stay?
Because at the time my heart was there.
Uh,
but I still ego like, yo, she ain't gonna play me. But it was the wrong thing to do. And now I got a son. So I'm a family oriented person. I believe in family, you know what I'm saying? Family first. But we make mistakes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
definitely.
the kid, we don't realize the kid affected by that. You know what I mean? Because you need mother and father to raise a child.
Definitely. So you guys put aside all of the other stuff and are
wouldn't
co-parenting, or
I wouldn't say that.
you wouldn't say all that?
I wouldn't say all that, but I got nothing.
It's
but
rough?
love for me. Now you just said something like I will put out receipts, and when people try to come for me now, I just let them talk. I run. Like I told you, if I'm with a woman and I see them getting too loud, I'm running.
You're running.
I'm running. I don't want to argue. I will let it blow down. But women, you women have a tendency to, when you get mad, y'all want to solve the problem. No, sometimes you gotta let it just go, blow off, let him walk, come back, because that's how it get dangerous. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
So women say they want a real man, but when you give them a real man, they want to fight and argue. I'm not fighting, and you're not gonna put your hands on me. We're not playing them games.
Wait, what are they talking about? Did you and Becky have a fight or something?
Me? Me and Becky?
Shellens asked me to tell you, ask you if he ever knuckle Becky.
Oh, and my older brother? Listen, I used to be a wild boy, but nah, I ain't. I respect my brother. One thing my mother say, you never put your hands on your elder. So nah, I can't. My older brothers, me and Banky got an older brother.
Right.
He done slammed us around, but he slammed us as the younger ones. But now my younger brother, he don't put hands on me, and I had to put hands on him.
Oh.
Because he feel like he my bigger brother.
Oh.
So yeah, but nah, not none of my older brothers.
Oh. Becky don't give me fight anyway.
He a punk. He running.
Don't call my friend a punk.
He ain't tell you about the time we went trick-or-treating and they robbed us and I wanted to fight for the candy.
No.
He like, we leaving the candy. He gave him the bag.
Should a woman be able to ask a man for his password on a first date? Phone password.
I don't know first date. I don't know first date.
What's a good time?
That's showing you insecurity. But I give my phone, so I don't care. My phone.
You give your phone?
I give my phone. I don't play with that. Hey, you want my passcode? I don't care about that.
So whatever they see on the phone is their business.
Whatever they see. I'm telling you now, I got girls that text me and come, but I'm funny. Like, so I'll meet a girl or I'll meet somebody. I don't go to people's house.
Okay.
You're not coming to my house. You don't. My closest friends don't know where I live. And because people set people.
Yeah.
So
all the time.
I'm not. We ain't doing that. I'm very funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not going to know. I'm always in a different car. So you're going to have to come correct.
I like that. So on what date should she?
So me now being a man, listen to that, because you got boys, you got to separate the boys from the men. Hey, babe, you can see my phone. I don't have nothing to hide. That's me. If you coming at me like that, that means you honest.
You got something to hide.
Exactly.
Yeah. I always tell people, right? And people don't be asking me for my phone, because if you ask me for my phone, there's so much stuff in my phone that you're gonna be vexed. You're gonna be upset. There's so much stuff in my inbox. Like there's so much in there.
But you have to understand this, and this goes for men and women. Like me, people say that, oh, he think he that. I really don't. Like, people say, oh, you can still throw a party. I don't think I am the same Jahfari Pressure back then. I don't think I still got that clout that when I first was coming in, that everybody knew me. But I know a lot of females. Okay. And yo, I'm slow. A girl could like me and I would never pay attention because I'm slow for real, like realistically. So
somebody say you lie.
Nah, real talk. We gotta know to not get offended because if you came and give me a hug, the way we gonna hug, they gonna think we had something.
Right.
So as adults, you gotta know how to carry yourself and understand. Again, I keep telling y'all, understand the person that you with.
Yeah.
You get me?
That's important. That's definitely important. That whole thing. Like I say, I don't have a problem giving anybody my phone. You could have my phone. Just don't ask me no questions. Not that I'm doing anything, right?
All right. So
because I can't stop. And here's the thing, right? Men are always like, oh, if you answer the inbox message, that means you want some. No, I run businesses, right? So I'm gonna respond to people. And I get all types. Like right now, I'm being told I need a Jamaican man to stress me out. Why do I need a man to stress me out? Me to understand. That's the messages. When I post a picture, that's the messages that I'm getting. I look too stress-free. So now I need some Jamaican man to come stress me out. Like I look like I like stress?
Well, if you get 1 yard money, you're gonna get what you look for.
No comment. No comment. No comment. What happened to your podcast? What happened to your podcast?
It was let's clear the record.
All right.
That is Shawnee 876 podcast. It's never been my podcast. It's a great podcast. It started where he came and did an interview. I know Shawnee 876 for years. And he's like, Jaff, he did an interview I took him to a job site, showed him the work I do. And he's like, we're going to do it. I want it to be my podcast. I would love for it to. We're working on it, but he feels like certain things he don't want to be said. And I respect what he's saying.
Like what?
He don't want it to go to, he cares about other people's feelings.
Okay.
And one thing I told him, I agree with him, but if it's the truth, it is what it is. So I got to respect his show. It's his show. And he's a great producer. He's a great artist. He's a great friend. He got it locked. And like he actually called me like a month ago to work on it. So I do want a podcast, but I have to really like have the time too, because my schedule.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Because I thought that the podcast was a great idea.
But did you like it?
I liked watching it.
Okay.
I like that you got the opportunity to clarify some things and all of that. And one thing about doing these types of things, right? And I always say to people that when you start this stuff, like you have to understand that you might say something to offend somebody.
Yeah.
Right. And you have to be able to take it back once you give it out.
Well, like you just said, and I want to clarify something. Big up Steph Lover.
There was a whole conversation with that.
Steph is my friend, and Steph did massages. I used to book her to do personal massages for me. I wasn't the one that said it, but she was offended, and she came to me like, Jaffa, I thought you was my friend. You are my friend, and I can't control someone else's mind.
Right.
And I did not know that. I paid her to do massages. I think I paid her like $200 or one. She would come into your house and do it, but her service was legit to me. I don't know about all that stuff. So I did not know. And when we had the podcast, it's freestyle. It's not like the same way I'm up here freestyling. And Michelle could tell you, I was like, yo, sis, I need to know what you're going to, Jaffa, I'm not telling you nothing. You're just going to come. Am I lying?
Yes.
So I did not know.
Right.
So let's clarify that.
Okay. I'm glad I asked you that, because that was a whole big to do. And, Steph stopped speaking to me. I don't know why. But she did. And, when I heard and I saw all of that, I was like, oh, wow. So when you do these types of things, you're going to say things that offend people, but you always have to remember that the world is a circle, right?
Yes,
and just like you can offend somebody going to say something and you got to take it because you put it out there and telling people business. So then when people start telling your business, now you have to be able to resonate with that.
The only thing about me is I'm good with that, because you say I don't keep nothing. You ask me personal questions. I don't have nothing to hide. You know what I'm saying? And again, like I said, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Definitely.
I want to clarify that air. And if somebody want to ask questions, just send the messages.
Yeah.
And we'll answer it.
Yeah.
You know?
I like it.
And I want to big up one of my sponsors, R&J Auto Body, at 239 Main Street, West Orange, New Jersey, one of the best body shops. So again, R&J Auto Body, 239 Main Street, West Orange, New Jersey. If you want the number, it's 973-671-0550, or inbox me, and I'll help you fix your car.
That's your business, or?
Nah, it's my good friend.
Your good friend.
But you can say it's mine too, because I just go over there and do what I want to do. So yeah, you can say that.
You're acting like a bully. You're acting like a bully. Now, like we said, Jahfari is not just, most people know him as the guy that used to throw these events and all of that kind of stuff, but he has stepped away from all of that and is, a legit businessman. And I saw that you were also trying to get another building.
Yeah, we got a couple of those, but that project, I'm gonna pass it to my friends. So I also help people. So if you want to understand real estate and getting it, I help people. People charge you. I mean, if you want to donate to the charity, we'll give it to Michelle for me to help you understand real estate, because I came from a long way understanding real estate. All that stuff. A lot of these people tell y'all on these internet, it's lying
false.
To you. It's false.
Yeah.
But I could show you how to structure a deal with LLCs. You got to have your credit right before you come to me. You got to be a personal guarantor. If you don't have no credit and you don't have a bank account and you don't have an LLC, don't come to me. Because everybody, and then they get offended when I'm like, listen, you got a lot of stuff to fix. But once you get it, you're on the ball. One house can buy you 2, 3, and you got to know how to buy. So it's not just you go buy a house and it work like that. I know that. So it's a number game. You know what I'm saying? But I help anybody. So I'm not just one of those talkers. I'll teach you. So I'm actually, that was going to be my project. So one of my good friends, I'm helping him get the funding and loans for that project. You know what I'm saying? So I also do help with that. You know what I mean?
I want you to teach my son about that, because we've been having conversations around doing some type of rental type of stuff this year.
He should.
Yeah.
Because it's the most profitable thing I have ever experienced in my life. And anything, nothing top real estate. It's kind of hard now for the market here.
Yeah, the market is crazy.
I have branched out to other states that are lucrative.
So like Atlanta and that type of stuff.
Lucrative. Atlanta is like Jersey
right now. So because everybody moving down there.
Yeah, but at one point, the equity and all that is great. So you have to understand equity, but it's a big market. And then again, you did say something that I wanted to hit on. When we threw parties, we also gave away a lot of stuff.
Yes.
At the party.
Did you get rid of cars sometime? One time.
Car, diamonds,
puppies.
Every Gucci bags, Louis bags. You know what I mean?
That was mainly, I think, why a lot of the women were coming.
Oh, yeah, we had. Maybe that's why they said I slept with all of them.
Maybe that's why.
Because if you have sense, if you're a promoter, you cater to, women spend the most money.
Yes, we talk about that, beg. Right?
Women don't beg for nothing.
Because I remember a lot of times being at your door, at our door, at Banky door, and it will be the women like, here. And the man is like, yo, can I get call Banky, call Jeff? I ain't calling nobody.
Women pay. I say women pay for men because they holding up the line.
Because they hold. And there's somebody in New Jersey. You know what? Never mind.
You just said don't talk the business.
Because I remember one experience with him, and he was decked out in name brand from head to toe. But homeboy was like, yo, I'm not paying to get in here. I'm like, dog, it's $20.
And let's go somewhere. So not only that, people don't realize I don't play games. So as a businessman, I sue people. I tell you, I got lawyers on deck. I sue people. So I got somebody that left for me laughing, but I sue people. And they pay me. I got some promoters that used to be in dance hall that I used to get money for their parties, and they played, and I sued them, and I won. So play with me. I got a good lawyer. I sue you. I ain't playing with you.
Jahfari does not play about his money. Okay. If you don't know anything else about him, know that money is not something that he plays with.
No.
You'll see his face go from he to
What? Play with me if you want.
Play at your own risk
Risk.
when it definitely comes to him. But I want to say to you that, you know, and I told Banky this too. I've been telling him a lot also that I'm so proud of you guys.
Thank you.
Because you know, we've been in the mud, we've done a lot of things together. You know, and all of that. And it's to see everybody just flourishing and, you know, building legacies for children.
Thank you.
Right?
Well, we building a legacy, and I'm gonna say this: if my kids don't do what they need to do,
then
they're
that's
not
on
getting
them.
my money. They're not getting my money.
What does your kids need to do?
Go to school and show that they respect. Because don't think because you remember I come from. Let's get this straight. I got my father's side. I got my mother's side. My father comes from money. My father was a well-known person from Tivoli Garden. That's my family tree from Tivoli. I lived in Tivoli Garden. I'm not going to say who my family members are. We're going to leave that like that. Yeah. But on the other hand, my mother's side was Christians. So we wasn't poor. My mother did what she did. Right. But I come from nothing. So I'm not giving, my kids don't show school and show me that they can manage money and get my money.
Are you teaching any of your daughters the real estate stuff? Any one of them interested?
I teach my my oldest daughter. She's in college. She's back. She works, and now she got a baby. So, we having that conversation. It's kind of hard, but she listens to me, but she still wants to try to prove herself to me, like I can do it with her. So that's the battle, and I'm like, yo, you don't gotta. Just ride with me, and I got you. So she a Pisces, so she want to prove herself to me, and I understand because I'm a Pisces. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I like it. So one of the other things I want to ask you is that
But my youngest daughter, I'm gonna give you this joke. I want y'all to
the baby.
No, not the baby.
The baby, the second one.
The
second one.
She's like, yo, my dad can't have no more kids because he messing with my legacy. Dad don't have no more kids. You messing with my birthright.
She always gives me you. She's you. She is you. She's your personality. She's everything you.
It's too much. That's the problem. She comes to me and say, Dad, I'm not driving none of your cars. If you let people get in it, you got to go buy a new one. I said, she went to because she do so good in school. She's a brain. She went to Paris for school.
Nice.
She's real smart.
Nice.
Smart. All of my kids smart.
Yeah. All of the girlies and then the boy.
Yeah.
And then, are you done having kids?
You trying to put me on the spot. Listen, if it happens.
I mean, you gotta get to Banky. Banky at what now? 5, 6 be that.
I think he had 6.
Yeah, 6?
I think so.
5?
But listen, if it
I lost count.
It's what God have in store for me. I'm gonna leave it like that.
Okay. Would you date a woman with kids or she has to have no kids?
No, real talk. I can't say that because then I'll be a hypocrite because I got kids. And when you dealing with baby moms or baby fathers, it's hard. So I'm gonna say whatever God got in store for me. How about that? I'm gonna leave it like that.
There's his story and he's sticking to it.
Yeah.
Because you know there's men who have children who say, I'm not dating a woman with no kids because of the baby daddy drama and all of that. But what about their baby mama drama?
So you
gotta be fair. Yeah. You definitely gotta be fair. So another thing they said is that what is 3 factors you think that makes a woman good marriage material? 3 factors you think.
All right. Be submissive.
What? To what extent?
You see, that's what women lost.
Well, okay. You said be submissive. Yeah. Define submissive to you. What is submissive?
You know what I encountered? I'm willing to help any woman that's going.
Talking to the microphone.
I'm willing to make any woman that make me great give them my all. So now when you meet women, they're competing. And I'm not saying all. I'm not speaking for all women. They're competing with their man. Okay. So if you say for example, I say, babe, go right. No, I'm gonna go left. Why? But you want a man to always save you. So am I wrong?
That comes from trust, lack of trust.
But how could, if you just meet somebody and you're saying you want a leader, let me lead. Make sure home good and love my family. Those my 3 things.
So submissive, make sure home good, and love your family.
Love my family. If you ain't gonna love my mother, you can't love me. Because my mother ain't going nowhere. So you know how they say by right,
boys and their mother.
That's all I had. You know
that's all you have.
My mother.
So if your mom don't like a girl, do you still date that girl?
I value my mother's opinion because my mother has never steered me wrong.
So that's
never.
A no.
Yeah. If it prove I gotta pick my mother over the woman, then it is what it is.
I had a conversation with my son the other day, and the conversation was, if you are driving and your girlfriend is in the front seat and I come to the car,
she gotta get in the back.
Should she get in the back?
She gotta get in the back.
My son said, right? He's a weird kid. He said, because he's testing her, he's not going to say nothing.
He's right. Your son is absolutely right.
He's not going to say nothing. He's just going to see what she does.
All right. So, all right. Let me ask you this question. It's you and your son, right? All right. So if your son's girlfriend is talking bad about your son, what do you think about that woman?
I don't. I've always been the girl that.
But she's coming to you, so you need
to
answer
listen. That. No, I've always been the girl who's always like, that's that lady's son at the end of the day, right? Yes. Regardless of what I go to her and tell her, right? Yeah. That's that lady's son, right? So I always tell my son, I'm always your mom. But if a girl comes to me and says you're doing something, we're going to have a conversation about what's happening.
Which is right.
Right? There's nothing else. No, if you come talking bad to me about my son, I'm going to go to him like, yo, what happened? What did you do? Whatever. And
Sheba,
try to work
it out.
Yourself, Sheba. And try to work it out that way. Yeah. I'm not one of those, me son right all the time, because I know who I dealing with.
Well, then you're a realist because that's my mother. My mother, believe it or not, my mother will still think she could beat me. Not to say my mother will smack me, like real talk. Like, yo, Jaffa, you wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Listen, I only got one mother. I lost my father. All I got is one mother. So, it's respect. If you can't respect, that's why I say family. And I realize people don't value family anymore. So, that's the key. Not to say family can't be wrong, because I don't agree everything my mother say.
Right.
But I respect what she said. Because like I said, she gave me my start. She gave me life, regardless of how the situation went.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I said earlier, we don't got to get too much into my father's lifestyle. But my father left when I was 3, and he loved us to death, not by choice. But I still got along with my father. My other siblings, like, he was gone. I don't respect him.
Right.
He gave you life.
Right.
That's the greatest thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I believe you got to watch how somebody treats your parents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if your woman really respect you, listen, pull you to the side. I didn't like the way your mother treated me. Can you talk to her and how you handle that? So sometimes we be blindsided by love, because it's a lot of times I've been blindsided. You know what I'm saying? And people outside the window really do see what's going on inside, but you don't see it.
You don't see it. You don't see it. I want you to give my son some advice, right? Because the other day he came to me and he said, what's today? Wednesday? I think it was Monday.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm so sick of these girls. Like, I'm over women. I'm just like sick of them. I said, what happened? He said, women are wicked and they're liars.
Not all.
So I said to him, I said, but I thought you said you like toxic girls, because that's what he said. So he's like, nah, I changed my mind about that.
A lot of the toxic stuff that go on is social media. People believe, listen, me, I want a woman that's going to ride with me and understand I go hard, and then we'll have all the things that we'll have the fairy tale life. You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't willing to work for it, then we ain't going to have that, because I'm going to give you as much as I want to give you. Don't think you're going to get me.
Oh, okay. You know, so it's not you think you're getting over on me. No. It's just, this is who I am. And
for real. Because God set things and ways for you to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're a God-fearing person, he's
Yeah.
not going to lead you astray.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's social media for the younger generation.
They are
don't, you know what I mean?
different.
It's different.
They're very different. And I said to him, like, you also have to understand that the type of home that you come from, not everybody comes from that.
Fact.
Right? Not everybody was given love and attention and all of these other things. So you have to suss that out and work. Like he's 20. He's like, I'm over women, and he's 20.
Yeah, but like you said, come from the good home, and people need to be honest and say what they want. If you want to, if a woman want a man to spoil them and they don't pay no bills,
say that.
They do that. Just say that.
Yeah.
Because once you get with me, you heard what Michelle say. They say I'm tight. I'm
Yeah.
tight. If I find you ain't getting nothing from me, so you can see my bank accounts, whatever, you ain't getting nothing. So you gotta work for it. You ain't
You
ain't doing that.
You would let a girl see how much money you have?
Of course. Don't mean she gonna get it.
But then don't you think that would change, like,
I've done it just to see their reaction.
What type of person they really are. Yeah.
I remember when I got in trouble when I was 23. I was head over heels for this girl. Bought her a ring, engaged, thinking it's gonna be my wife. I sit there for like 3.5 months. They put the bracelet on. I came home. She was gone, moved out the house.
Wow.
She found out I came home, tried to come back. I was petty. I could be petty when I was young. So I slept with her. I was like, she was like, you gonna take me shopping? I said, yeah, just hold on. Wait, I gotta go to the carpet store. And I never looked back.
Wow.
She saw me. The other day, funny, I saw I'm in the court because I evict a lot of people. So I'm in there doing eviction. She ain't, I'm here for you was getting evicted. I'm a landlord. You wasn't no landlord.
Wow.
So you like, I'm glad I dodged that bullet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like, and like I said, I've known you for a very long time. I feel like you've had some good women and you've had some horrible women.
Yo, I'm gonna give you one. And I'm gonna say this, and I don't care who it offends. I actually had 2 good women. I had one that I let my kids' mother manipulate me. And, trick me, and I regret that because how I did it, the friendship I had with that person. Like when you say loyal and you know somebody got your back.
I think I know who you're talking about.
And I asked that person to move out my house. I asked them to move in, and because I put the kid first at that time. Your daughter loves you. You bring a woman and you throw her your kid. And that I regret that. I apologize. I ain't gotta say your name, but I apologize. You know who I'm talking to as a grown man. Because as a man, you should be able to admit
say
you're
wrong. Sorry.
But we could be friends. I would never go back there because it would never work. And that person will always have it against me because I was a boy then. You know what I'm saying? So I admit things we done did. You know?
What do you as a man do to show a woman that you are committed to her?
Man, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning.
He love to cook. This man love cooking.
They love their belly. You fix them with them belly, isn't it? But I mean, I do the flowers, I do the stuff. I could, but if I stop doing that, that means I'm losing interest.
Oh.
So if I do, that means you're doing something wrong. And you know what I mean?
What is 2 things that a girl could do to make you lose interest in her? Two things.
Lie to me. Not
that's a big one for me. Like I hate liars. Like I don't use that word hate a lot, but I hate people who lie because you just could have been honest and that's
and not let me lead. I'm a leader, so I have to lead. But again, I say being submissive, and a lot of women want to be in control because they had sorry boys. I'm not gonna say men.
Not men. Yeah. And
like you said, that guard up. So you scared to trust. Yeah. And sometimes y'all pushing away a good man.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've had to break down a lot of those walls myself, and I have conversations with my girlfriends about that too. Like, you can't keep holding on to these people that wasn't supposed to be in your life. You just have to let them go and let God bring in the new people. Today is actually the Chinese New Year starts today. And they say that you're supposed to, when you go home, take salt and scrub your hand to get rid of all of the dead skin and all of that, so you get new stuff for the new year. That's the tradition for the Chinese New Year.
You know when I realized too, you said something, and it's funny. You know when I start realizing, you could know when a woman really love you. Yo, I snore loud as hell. I snore like everybody kind of I think snore because nobody know when you sleeping. And if you see the woman videos and kisses you and hug you and show you that love, I think you know that's the woman.
You know that's the one.
And my grandmother said to me, "Love who love you more."
Yeah. Oh my God.
And I never understood
tell my son, I said, "Hey, stop picking the girls you like. Pick the girls who like you." I keep telling him that.
Yeah.
It's way different. It's way, way different. I keep telling him that all the time. So are we gonna see like any wedding and stuff like that in the near future?
I plan on it.
Okay. You feel like you have somebody that look at you smiling. I didn't even get a question out, then he's smiling.
You want to talk about the posters I posted the other day?
Yeah,
that's why I see you getting to.
Like, I'm seeing a lot of good things. And I like to see my friends in love. I like to see it.
Actually, a point in my life I was in a bad place. Because I told you I made the mistakes, and I felt like once I had my daughter, I messed that bond up. Because I should have just been straightforward. Listen, I don't like this, and I heard this. This ain't gonna work, and move on. So I take the accountability as a man, thinking I could be casting over until I find, you know what I'm saying? So you can't play with people because I told you it really backfired on me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not. I don't really like to speak on things. I like to let it just flow. But yeah, I see a big wedding in the future for me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I deserve it. I think I'm a great person. You
know, do you find that? Because I say to people right now, like, I feel like dealing with the person that I'm dealing with, I feel like peace.
Oh, so you didn't tell me you had somebody.
I feel like peace.
So you have somebody.
Yes, I feel like peace.
And you smiled and you looked great doing that. And again, I love you if I didn't tell you. And I'm learning to say that word more to my friends.
Yeah, I love you too. You know that.
And you're my big sister. And no worries what people say. You do. Everybody have their ways where we have our good and bad.
Yeah.
But if you could admit your wrongs, then you're
a definitely
person. And you have always held me down. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to know that even though I didn't need it, you was there. Like, Ja, whatever you need, just call me. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. If I never told you that.
I love it. But like I was saying, being at peace at this big age is so important. That most people don't even understand what peace means. Like for people, like I said, these men are telling me I need somebody to stress me out, and I'm like, I want peace.
So you getting married?
I don't know.
You
that's up to a man.
Oh, but
isn't it?
So do you have a man now?
I do.
Okay, I'm happy for you.
And you need my life is always very private.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to introduce.
My life is always very private.
Everybody's life private. My life is private.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Your life is not private. There's nothing private about your life.
It's not.
But before we get out the building, anything else that you want people to know about Jahfari? Like not the whole Jahfari pressure, but Jahfari himself, the businessman. Like, what is it that you want people to know about you?
I love life. I can't put it no other way. I put God first. I'm a God-fearing man, and I'm willing to help anybody that want to help themselves. Because God say don't help a lazy man or a lazy woman. And again, like I said, if you want to know about real estate and you serious, I'm gonna know if you BSing. I'm willing to help. Because we need to understand wealth as Black people and
definitely
ourselves,
definitely,
because the Chinese, the Jews, they and the whites, they got us they beat us. They beating us.
Definitely.
All we think about is name brand.
Yeah.
As much as they want to say, bro, I shop at Walmart too. Or
Fashion Nova.
Or Target, but I got Louis, I got Gucci. That stuff is whack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah. That's like you asked me where my sweatsuit is from. I'm like Fashion Nova. This is like $50. $50 for
Say
my
what it
stuff.
say. What it say?
Invested in
yourself.
myself.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, invest in myself. Like it's definitely important to do those things. And I'm always telling people all the time, invest in yourself, invest in your kids. Like, you know, regardless of what your kids turn out to be, at least you know you gave them the opportunities.
Facts, because it's hard. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Especially for a single mother.
Yeah.
So my mother gave me my start. So it's only right I give my kids stuff.
Definitely. Well, like I said, I want my son to talk to you. I'm gonna hook y'all up one of these days because he was interested in real estate and you're like the perfect person that I trust for him to have that conversation with, you know. So I want to thank you, Jahfari, for being here, for accepting, for being open and honest with the conversations. Some of this stuff will be posted, just so you know. I don't know what yet.
No problem.
But I do repost clips from my shows because it's good conversation for people to have. And you know, my Instagram is always crazy. Anyway, so I want to thank you for being a great businessman, for bringing me in, helping me make money, and all of that when you didn't have to. And I love you, and
I love you too.
you know that all the time, regardless of whatever. We've never had any arguments or anything, no falling out, nothing. And when you're cooking, start coming over.
Just let me know, and I got something, whip something up. And thank you for inviting me on the show. I was kind of nervous because I'm like, you know, I ain't do this in a minute. And thank you. And like I said, I love New Jersey and I love everyone. And I'll see y'all at Fashion and Brunch. You know what I mean? We got a big giveaway. We
big giveaway. I'm gonna talk to Kid and closer to the party. But before I get out the building, March, what we got? Shout out to Banky App too. Banky, great party this weekend. Definitely loved it. You've done a lot. You did your work and moving on. March 8th, Denise Belfont. I am hosting that event in New York City. She is doing her album release party. And then March 22nd, I'm at Rise Her Summit. I'll be one of the speakers at that event. Go to Eventbrite to purchase those tickets as well. I am Michelle G. I'm out the building. DJ G is up right now. Bye.
When feeling under the weather, you just make me feel sweet. Ice the cocoa tea, use the sugar, and together we are complete, darling. Pick me up. Only you alone can put fire back in the soul. Pick me up. And they're telling me I should lead a fire alone. And the more they tell me, the more I'm holding you close. I could never let you go. Miss how she lives. Coming home, I will see you.